Hello everyone, Tim McClone, the McClone Brothers. It's a gorgeous day out today. I wish I was talking to you under better circumstances. It's crazy times, difficult times, creepy times right now. But I will say this is America, and we'll get through it. We just need to put our differences aside and ideologies if that's possible and come together. And we'll get through it because that's what we do in this country. And I would just implore you to do your own research, think between the lines. There's a lot of information out there that you need to sift through, and you'll find some truth in that. And I think it'll give you some calm if you do that. And I'd leave you with, someone once said, never let a good crisis go to waste. Just think about that and research that. Well, on that note, let's be positive. And I had a dream last night of my dad, and I was thinking back to the days. His dad owned gas stations. My dad got in that, and guys working in the garages on old Novas and Chevys and Porsches and Corvettes, and I would sit there with the pop in my hand and just be immersed in their conversations, and I was just so happy. And I love cars. It makes me feel good. And you know, I haven't done a review in a while, and it fills my head with happiness. And I said I need to do that right now to have some sanity on what's going on in this world, and makes me happy, and it makes me a better person, and it makes me better in my professional life with my clients. I'm happy, you're happy, we all win. So I got a special car today. It's a 2019 Mercedes-Benz GLC63 S Coupe. Top of the line, fastest SUV in the world, end of 1819. It's 749 around the Nuremberg. The Lambo Urus came in, did 747, and then the Audi RS Q8 came in and did 742. Doing a lot of research on this car this morning and driving it this morning. Research came back and said, when you talk about quickness and fast and reliability and price point, this is the baddest SUV on the planet. I didn't say that, they did. Also, when you look at the research, people either love this car or they think it's ugly as hell. There's no in the middle. But you can't disrespect the numbers. I mean, 503 horsepower, 516 foot-pounds torque. Car does, on the factory numbers, 3.60 to 60, but all the testers were able to get 3.5. 3.4. Same with the Lamborghini Urus. Their website says 3.6. They were able to get between 3.2 and 3.5. So this car, one word to describe it is a absurdity. It's just absurd. And we'll talk about how I feel about SUVs in a minute. Well, let's get this thing started up and talk a little more. So let's go. That's what we came here to do. This car is brand new. It's only got about 400 miles on it. It does have a Renntech ECU upgrade, so that puts the horsepower over 610. So I'm going to say this car must go low 3, 0 to 60, quarter mile, probably low 11s now, and the shutoff doesn't shut off at 174. Goes almost 200 miles an hour, if not over that. So you have comfort, sport, sport plus, and race mode. What do you think mode I'm going to put it in? There's no other mode to put it in but race. I mean, come on. That's what we're here to do. So that goes into race mode. We're gonna put the exhaust tone goes in. You can turn the exhaust up or let it breathe. Open the valves up, and we'll put that sport handling mode in. And then we're in sport mode with the manual shifters. So there's a little traffic out today, but that's good to see. It makes you feel good. Get over here. As I was saying, when it comes to the SUV segment, I always push back against it. I never was a fan of SUVs. The same goes with like Porsches being so low in the car. I'm 6'1", got long legs, and getting that low was difficult. But I'll tell you, they're doing some amazing things with these SUVs, and it's the hottest segment right now, and they're really doing a phenomenal job on these cars. I've driven the SVR Range Rover, the Lambo, the Alfa Romeos, the Bentley, and I'm starting to enjoy over the last 7 months being higher up in these cars. I do like the sports car feel, and that's what's unique about this car. As a lot of you cats know, that you know, you're like an E-Class C63. You're a little higher up. You're a crossover. You got the sports car feel with a little more room in the trunk, a little more room in the back seat. And you're still surrounded by this shell. It's not overwhelming. You can see over the bonnet, which I like. You know, I owned a Yukon. I like those cars. I like to have a Chevy Suburban. and all blacked out. You can't go wrong with that and having that in your driveway. It's a little big, but I like it. But this car gives you the sports car, gives you the SUV feel. You can take it to the track, and you can pick up some groceries in it, which is nice. So I'm just really impressed with it. You know, the car, this thing is fully loaded, so came in about 96,000. You look at a Lamborghini Urus, I like to compare it to that because that's a lot of the research I did compared it to the Lambo. And you know, the Lambo came in 400 pounds heavier, and like I said, the handling, they say, is more precise, and the acceleration. This car also, the flagship GTR, Mercedes-Benz, it's faster, and we know the why behind that because of the all-wheel drive system. It's faster by 1/10 of a second. I mean, the thing links up. So 9-speed transmission, 4th gear right now. We're not going to go crazy because we only got 400 miles on the car. But it's so precise. The transmission, the shifts are seamless. It's just, I mean, it eats up the pavement. This car just eats up the pavement. I mean, it's great. Placement of the steering. I was in a G-Wagon the other day with a friend of mine, and he was just saying to me, hey Tim, the way the seating is in this car, it's just not good. And I sat in it and I didn't drive it, and I said, I see what you mean, the way it was. And of course, you're going over 85 in that car, which we did. It's a little dangerous, but you don't buy that car for cornering or performance. It's all about the show. I get it. But everything I read, you know, some people just didn't find this attractive on the outside. You know, I have to lean towards performance. I'm about 65% there when I talk about the engine and transmission. The outside, I think it's great. I mean, you got 21-inch blacked out rims, blacked out package on the car. I think it looks like a bullet. Poor visibility in the back. That could use some work. But that's what you got a rear view camera for, right? I'm just really impressed with these cars, and if you're looking in this segment, I do have a bias towards Mercedes. I've owned them since the 90s, and they've always treated me well. I think AMG does a phenomenal job. I've owned some BMWs, and I've had some great times with BMWs as well. They're great cars. It's just that these cars have always been good to me, and if you're in the market in this segment, man, you can't go wrong with this thing. And I'll tell you, I didn't drive this car before the Renntech, so I can't do the comparison there. But at over 600 horsepower, the last thing you'd want to do if you're kind of a junkie like me is you'd want to put long tube headers on. You'd have 650 horsepower in this car. But I'll tell you, just right out of the gate from the factory, the exhaust is glorious. I don't think you have to do anything. Don't waste your money. But I just wanted to get out, clear my head, give you guys a short review. Nothing special. This car is very special. I'm having fun with it, and I just like to say, hey everyone, just hang in there. We'll get through this. It's terrible what's going on, and it's like the Twilight Zone to me. I can't believe it in this country, but we'll persevere through it. Be safe, everyone. Take care. Ciao.